Mike Bond of MMA Junkie here in Ottawa with UFC Fight Night headliner Iaquinta, who fights Donald Cerrone Saturday night. A big one for you, Al. A third consecutive main event. This is all good stuff for you right now. Your career is, I imagine, going exactly how you want it.
Yeah, it's going great, man. It's going great. I'm really excited. I put in a lot of hard work for this training camp, put a lot of hard work in my lifetime for this moment. So I'm going to go out there, have some fun, and I think it's going to be a good night.
Yeah, it seems like I heard you do another interview. This fight's kind of overdue in a lot of ways, right? Like you were close to fighting Cowboy years ago.
Yeah, I was a young professional fighting in the regional circuit, and I got a call that they asked me, "Oh, would you fight in the UFC in 3 weeks?" I had a fight scheduled in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
so I was like, "Yeah, sure. Who am I fighting?" They're like, "Well, we'll get back to you." And then they called me back again. It was Donald Cerrone, opponent had fallen out. I guess they went with a different opponent, Wagner Rocha, but they had kind of been thinking about using me to step in, and it would have been interesting to see how things would have played out then. But I'm glad that I got this fight now. It's a big opportunity against a fan favorite, a legend, a guy that's been around forever. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and are you more thankful for your road too? I mean, you went through tough. You kind of got the experience that you needed on that front. You've kind of gone up the right way instead of fighting a guy who, at that point, had already fought for the WEC title, was pretty well established in the sport.
Yeah, no, it's all working out good. It's been some ups and some real highs and some real lows on the way. So I think it's all coming together at the right time.
Yeah, and very much more of a high-profile fight now than it would have been. This guy has the most UFC fights, wins, stoppages, bonuses, like all these different things. Beating him now means a lot more than it would have those years ago, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've also been watching him ever since then, even before then. So I think he's been on my radar way longer than I've been on his radar.
Mm-hmm. And how did this really come together? Because it seemed like for a bit he was going to fight Conor McGregor. That didn't materialize. I know there was talk about maybe you fight Dustin Poirier. That didn't materialize, and then you guys come together. What was kind of the process from your perspective?
Yeah, I think I was just kind of bugging the UFC for a fight, and I'm guessing he was kind of doing the same thing, and that's just the way things worked out. I got the call, "You want to fight Cerrone in Ottawa, May 4th?" I was like, "Did he say yes?" They were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool, let's do it." It's a great fight. So I think, I'm excited for it. It's all coming together.
Yeah, and I think that win over Kevin Lee for you opened a lot of eyes too. I think everyone knew you're a very good fighter and everything, but that one showed how really good you are. Did that boost your confidence in any sort of way?
I don't know about if it boosted my confidence. I think I knew that Kevin Lee's. I'll always have his number. I don't think there's ever going to be on my worst night and his best night. I think I still get the win. I'm just mentally, superior to so many of these guys, and I think that's what sets me apart from the rest of this division.
Very interesting. And what do you think about Cowboy? Is he back at 55? Last one had a great performance against Hernandez, who's a young up and comer, very hungry. Do you see him as a different fighter at 55 and 170?
No, I think he's a veteran. He's a gamer. You're not going to rattle that guy. You know what I mean? So the 55, 170, I don't think it makes a difference. No, I think I got a tough task ahead of me. I know what I have to do on Saturday night.
Yeah, and obviously you don't want to spoil the game plan or anything, but what are some keys to being Cowboy? I mean, we've seen him be hurt to the body in the past. We've seen him kind of get into an early shell if people kind of take over early in the fight. What do you kind of just see as the elements to beating him?
I've seen it so many different ways the fight can go. I'm ready for anything. If it happens quick, the longer the fight goes, I think the better it is for me. He's kind of like a slow. I guess people say, or he has even said himself, he's a slow starter. But I pick up steam as that fight goes on, and the more I get into a groove, the better it is. So I think the longer the fight goes, the better it is going to be for me.
Yeah, and where's a win here put you? I mean, the lightweight division's very interesting. It looks like Khabib and Poirier are going to unify in September. Tony Ferguson's always kind of hanging out there. I know Justin Gaethje had a lot of things to say about you before and after his recent win. What does winning here really do? Where does that position you?
We'll see, man. I'm just worried about Saturday night. I'm not thinking past it. I know a dominant performance, a big win on Saturday night will put me right up there, and that's all I need to do. I'm not thinking anywhere past it, but I do what I'm supposed to do, what I'm capable of doing. It'll all work itself out.
Who do you think wins that Khabib Poirier fight?
Khabib, I think he, does Dustin have the skills to make it happen? I think absolutely. But if I was going to put everything on one guy, it would be Khabib. I think that wrestling is the X factor, and his striking is a lot trickier than people think. I think he's sat Conor McGregor on his ass, and I don't think a lot of people saw that happen. And I think his stand-up is a lot better than people. It's a little unorthodox and a little different, but I think that's why it's so tricky.
Absolutely. And just last thing, how do you see this fight going down? What's your ideal way to go in there and beat Donald Cerrone on Saturday night?
Ideal is I go in there and make it quick, make it easy, painless, flawless, in and out, and May the 4th turns into Cinco de Mayo, and then who the hell knows what's going to happen.
Painless for you, I imagine, not for him.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, the best case scenario is painless for both of us, but I get my hand raised, and that's, whatever. I don't know. I'm just, I'm looking forward to it. That's it.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo is going to be raging is what you're saying.
I think so. It might have to be. It usually is.